In exercise 4, we're going to look at continuous operation with pressure sequence valve. Commemorative coins are to be produced from sheet metal on an automated machine which runs in both single or continuous cycles. The workpiece is fed from a magazine. In order to obtain accurate stampings, even in continuous operation, the piston rod must execute a return stroke only after a suitable stamping pressure is built up in the forward position. So we can see the two main issues here is automation. The machine must work on its own, and secondly, it can't return until the pressure has been built up in the system. So let's look at how we design this circuit. So we start off with our air supplies and our air service unit. We've got a double acting cylinder, and because we need automation, we have to put limit switches on it so that the circuit or the machine can detect where the cylinder is in order to start the next operation. So those limit switches, the start of the machine is created by a push button which can either run with a single press or with continuous operation. So the left-hand start button is just a normal push button. When you release it, that switches off again. The right-hand start button has a detent, that little notch on it, that stays on until you switch it off again, connected through an OR valve. So that's how we get the continuous operation in this circuit. That is then connected through the limit switches mounted at A0 and A1. That's at the retracted and extended position of your cylinder. That then connects through to a 5 two-way valve which then controls the cylinder. So that is how the cylinder is extended and retracted, controlled by your limit switches. But before we can retract, we need to detect the pressure build-up behind the cylinder. So we do that by means of a pressure sequence valve. The pressure sequence valve is detecting the pressure on the back of the cylinder. There's a line that goes across, connects at port 12. On that pressure sequence valve in that dotted line. That then, when it detects the pressure that it's set to, will open a valve and reset itself, allowing air supply to go from port 1 to port 2 on the pressure sequence valve, and that then goes to port 12 of your 5 two-way control valve, returning the cylinder. Right, so the circuit is still automated by means of your limit switches, A0, A1, but the return stroke is controlled by sensing the pressure behind the piston. At port 12 on the pressure sequence valve, which then sends a signal to reset our valve that controls the cylinder.